right. Good evening, council members, city staff, city manager. This has been a process that I'd like to talk about. 2 years ago, we recommended to the city, as this was coming forward in its ball of twine and confusion, that the city embark on a public process deliberately to engage the public as this set of proposals was unfolded, examined, looking at alternatives, looking at the whole situation for a major portion of our downtown. That was turned down. You guys didn't want to do it. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the process. First, I do want to make sure that I incorporate by reference all comments, written and verbal, received on the earlier ISMND for these projects as formal comments on the draft EIR to be responded to in the final EIR and not be buried. I want to see the responses in the final. That's why they're incorporated by reference. Secondly, to be clear for the council and for the public, the 2-week extension of time for comments to October 21 is due to the city's failure to timely notify the attorney for one of the people writing to the city who requested notice in writing of the draft EIR availability. It's not goodwill of the city that brought us that, it's legal compliance. The city has taken a fast train to approvals of both the hotel and the zoning overlay, increasing the levels of frustration, loss of trust, and anger by many who live and work in Petaluma. You did not have to do that. You were asked 2 years ago, as I mentioned, to engage our public in a creative, thoughtful, collaborative process, much as we did for the Central Petaluma Plan, for the River Plan, for the station area plans, even for sewer school. A collaborative process starting with your stated goals and welcoming the participation of the dedicated, intelligent, and solution-oriented people who are Petaluma. You designed to do that. Apparently, conflict resolution values and skill sets have not been of interest here either. And I've suggested that specifically there's a number of resources from EPA, from other agencies. This has been used in public process for generations, and yet we have a huge amount of consternation here, and there apparently seems to be no interest or no skills to do conflict resolution of this kind of public policy set of decisions. But you can still choose to do that. You can choose to do better. You can put the DEIR on hold, pending the next public engagement steps. One piece would be to post physical signs on areas A, B, and C, indicating the parcels that are subject to the overlay. Sorry, Mr. O, you refused to do that, and apparently that's the city's position. That was over a week's worth of emails. You were all copied on that. You can hold facilitated and moderated public meetings, starting with your goals, starting with data, starting with actual analysis, and look at the short and long-term impacts and the alternatives. We don't even have any baseline data to say that economic development of any of this will have any impacts because we don't know where we're starting. You don't know what sectors of the business community might need help, do need help. There hasn't been any surveys. It's all total magical thinking, unless you put data behind it. You haven't done that. These are the kind of things that could come out in a deliberate series of moderated public meetings. Do we need this at all? Let's decide this in public. And so it's up to you. And as your big signs say all over town and in front of City Hall, slow the fast down. Thank you.